Introduction to the book of Leviticus from the Message Bible. One of the stubborn, enduring habits of the human race is to insist on domesticating God. We're determined to tame him. We figure out ways to harness God to our projects. We try to reduce God to a size that conveniently fits our plans and ambitions and tastes. But our scriptures are even more stubborn in telling us that we can't do it. God cannot be fit into our plans. We must fit into his. We can't use God. God is not a tool or appliance or credit card. Holy is the word that sets God apart and above our attempts to enlist him in our wish fulfillment fantasies or our utopia schemes for making our mark in the world. Holy means that God is alive on God's terms, alive in a way that exceeds our experience and imagination. Holy refers to life burning with an intense purity that transforms everything it touches into itself. Because the core of all living is God, and God is a holy God, we require much teaching and long training for living in response to God as he is and not as we want him to be. The book of Leviticus is a narrative pause in the story of our ancestors as they are on their way, saved out of Egypt, to settle in the land of Canaan. It's a kind of extended time out of instruction, a detailed and meticulous preparation for living holy in a culture that doesn't have the faintest idea what holy is. The moment these people enter Canaan, they will be picking their way through a lethal minefield of gods and goddesses that are designed to appeal to our God fantasies. Give us what we want, when we want it, on our terms. What these God fantasies in fact do is cripple or kill us. Leviticus is a start at the much teaching and long training that continues to be adapted and reworked in every country and culture where God is forming a saved people to live as he created them to live. Holy as God is holy. The first thing that strikes us as we read Leviticus in this light is that this holy God is actually present with us, and virtually every detail of our lives is affected by the presence of this holy God. Nothing in us, our relationships or environment, is left out. The second thing is that God provides a way. The sacrifices and feasts and Sabbaths to bring everything in and about us into his holy presence, transformed into a fiery blaze of the holy. It is an awesome thing to come into his presence, and we, like ancient Israel, stand in his presence at every moment. Psalm 139. Our Lord is not dwelling in a tent or house in our neighbourhood, but he makes his habitation in us and among us as believers and says, I am holy, you are holy. 1 Peter 1:16, citing Leviticus 11:44-45, 19:2 and 20:7. Once we realise this, the seemingly endless details and instructions of Leviticus become signposts of good news to us. God cares that much about the details of our lives, willing everything in and about us into the transformation that St. Paul later commended. See, here's what I want you to do. God helping you. Take your everyday, ordinary life, your sleeping, eating, going to work, and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Embracing what God for you is the best thing you can do for him. Don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention on God. You'll be changed from the inside out. Readily recognize what he wants from you and quickly respond to it. Unlike the culture around you, always dragging you down to its level of immaturity. God brings the best out of you, develops well-formed maturity in you. Romans 12, 1-2. And tomorrow we'll start with Leviticus chapter 1.